You're not too old, not too late, and no, it's not over. You are the plot twist your story has been waiting for. At 65, I did not downshift. Well, technically, at 64, when I retired, I didn't downshift at all. This episode is personal to me because I'm pulling back the curtain on my reinvention and how you can do it too. Reinvention is for everybody. And for those of you who are sitting in front of the TV going, there's just nothing on. This is boring as hell. Let's go do something else. The day I knew I wasn't done, well, that was November, and I was 64 years old. I walked away from 40 years in business. Well, and I didn't intentionally walk away. Sometimes things happen in your lives and it changes you. It changes your direction. It changes your thoughts. And I really hadn't even thought much about stopping. Well, we really did think we were going to stop in 2019, but then 2020 came and we had a retail business. So everything in retail changed. We had to rethink how we were doing business, and we had a sleeping business on the internet that had been sleeping off and on for a couple years, and all of a sudden that became our entire focus, was our web-based businesses, because our retail stores were closed down by the state. So, like I said, I walked away after 40 years, and of that 40 years, I'm going to guess that I spent probably 30 of it self-employed. Yes, 30 years self-employed. I had everything from a $75 million company to a retail company to an e-commerce company. We had 5 retail locations, so I've sort of done a little bit of everything. For a moment, I thought I was finished. So we went on the whopping 8,450-mile RV trip. We saw the West Coast. We saw Washington, D.C. And I have to say, it was just one of those places that I had never been. And I'm telling you, if that's someplace you've never been, if you want to learn anything about your history, go to Washington, D.C. And don't try to do it in 24 or 48 hours. Try to spend a week, because everything is free. Smithsonian has so many different museums, and I honestly have never been a museum fan until Washington, D.C. I saw things, Space Museum was totally cool to me. It had, Apollo capsules in it and had all satellites and airplanes. It was just totally cool. Go to Washington, D.C. Anyway, I thought I was finished. But what I really need wasn't rest. It was reignition. Work for so long and you get in a groove, and your expectations and your daily routines, everything, your job designated and set the pace for your life. It set the pace also not just for your life, but for those of you out there, it set the pace for your health. So it kept you active, keeps your brain, my brain's gone, well, crap, how do we make payroll next week? Keeps you active in so many ways. I can't even have enough time to talk about all the ways that a job fulfills your life. Enter retirement today, where we are right now. We're at 190. We are over 250,000 views. We have 13,000 subscribers. And yeah, since November. And is it work? Yes, it gives me purpose. I get up every morning and I check my YouTube stats to see where I'm at. I love to talk to you. Comments. Tell me something. I don't care what it is. Tell me how rotten your kids are, or how many of them moved back in with you, or tell me about your next vacation, or ask me about RVs. I love RVs. What does reinvention really look like? It doesn't have to be flashy or insane or take up 125% of your time. Sometimes I have found that even just something simple like something on Facebook Marketplace or out on Facebook says, I want to walk your dog. I don't want to walk him for money. I just want to walk him because I need a companion. Doesn't need to be flashy. It can start with one simple step, one simple video, one story, one conversation that inspires someone else. All it takes. Here's the story of YouTube. So, YouTube has one basic rule: be honest. We call it in real life. Sit down, prop your phone up on a book, and tell a story. That's what Dwayne did. And he's got millions and millions of followers. Look at him on my show. Here, I'll put him up here on the screen. Dwayne is a great guy. And let's be honest. When this all started for me, I was scared. My phone didn't ring. I didn't have to make payroll. I didn't have to hire people. I didn't have to fire people. And all of a sudden, I was scared. Not only scared, I was lonely. I was depressed. And I needed purpose. I never thought in my life that all people would need purpose. We retail stores. So retail stores ran 7 days a week. There was always a store open in some place. Some stores we didn't open on Sunday, but some stores, we had a store in a resort in Bend, Oregon, a place called Sun River. And Sun River's busiest times were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we took and closed on Tuesdays. But for us, every day in our world, the phone was ringing. It never stopped. I mean, it was on Sunday that the phone didn't ring, or there was a question, or there was a gift card issue, or there was a scheduling issue, or there was just some kind of issue. That was our world, and that was my purpose. And let me be honest, I really, me. And my wife said, well, you need to figure it the heck out because I'm not doing it for you. And I didn't know how to, change that point. I had to stop and think for a minute of what I enjoyed most. And, and on my phone, flipping through pictures and watching videos and going, I've had channels since 2018, 19, like that. And we've always done really well on YouTube, but we did really well because we were showing people what we did, and we did glass blowing. And glass blowing was something, and I'm going to put up some videos here, and you'll see that glass blowing was an amazing business. When we first got started, people looked at us and said, "You're going to do what?" And, I left a $100 million company. And I moved on to glass blowing, and people are like, "You've lost your mind." I consult for me because I think you've lost your mind. But after 15 years in the glass blowing business, we took something that was completely unfinanceable. It was not profitable and it made absolutely no sense. But it was my purpose, and I turned it all around. We had 120 employees. 5 stores and 2 e-sites, and the business was just amazing. And I have to say, 250,000 customers through classes in a year, that was the place to be. So let's get real about excuses. Everybody says, well, I'm old, I'm not tech savvy. Who would care what I have to say? Well, America cares about what you have to say because you think that you're just this little teeny tiny no one in a big bowl of people. Well, that bowl of people, I want you to know that 1 billion people watch YouTube a year. Oh, and that billion people is not teenagers. That billion number came from AARP. And who's AARP? That's Old Fart's Life. That's Old Fart Life magazine. Yes, 1 billion people are on YouTube every year, and they're all retirees because guess what? They got time to sit down and watch whatever in the hell it is they want to watch. And they're there. Sit down, tell your story. Here's what you can do right now. Start with what lights you up. What do you feel like you always love to talk about? For me, it's pickleball. If you want to talk, I'll throw in RVs. We got RVs, we got pickleball, and we got YouTube. I don't think I really need anything more than that. Start with that. What lights you up? Put your phone against a book. Turn the thing on and hit record. Record a voice note. Just spend talking to your phone. Go in the kitchen, and here's a really big one. Find a little tripod, go in the kitchen and bake cookies and just talk about it. Tell one story a day or one story a week to your phone. Because to be honest with you, I would guess today that about 70% of the creators on YouTube are talking to their phones. You don't need big edits. You don't need big lights. Well, I take that back. You do need good lights so people can hear what the hell you're saying, but you don't need high technology. You just need to understand your phone, make sure you can be seen, and make sure you can be heard. You don't need permission to matter because you already do. My promise to you, I'll keep showing up every day with real stories, tools, and a whole lot of heart. If you promise me just one thing, don't count yourself out. Not today, not ever. Always remember, you are the business, your life is the story, your passion is the product. Hey, thanks for watching Bread on the Go for Retirement Today.